Good morning on a fabulous Friday here in Alabama. If you haven't done so yet, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell because you know this is a very popular math, YouTube channel. For Algebra 2, we are actually looking at quadratics in Vertex form. Yes, there's multiple forms of them. Okay. And by the way, I actually want to kind of brag on this. We had a test yesterday on our first chapter, and the grades were really good. I was very pleased, very happy for y'all. Hopefully, get a little confidence booster. And if you were in my class to take this test, I got 99 problems, but your test ain't one. Now, so I feel bad for you, son. All right, so I told you this AH and K stuff is not going away. The only thing I've really changed from years past to this is we would actually still be doing transformations and stuff with quadratics. So I was like, wait, we just had a test on it. Why should we do it again? Easy, cut it out. All right. So, a couple of things that we need to know. Axis of symmetry. All right. So, our graphs for these things looks like a U. Okay. And an axis of symmetry, what it does, it's like an invisible line that cuts it in half. Okay. So, if we happen to look over here, oh my goodness, we're all getting dizzy now. All right. If we were to cut this right down here with this y-axis, it actually makes two equal sides. Okay. So I don't know. Have y'all ever seen like some of those horror movies where they like cut somebody right down in half and stuff like that? Yeah. Okay. That's what we're doing. That's all it is. I don't know. And my favorite thing is when we had to graph, it's like graph the invisible line. That doesn't make sense to me. All right. So it's a vertical line, and this is going to be our axis of symmetry, also called the AOS, is x equals h. And now we're going to go through that. And our vertex is HK. All right, those are their definitions. That does not mean a whole lot right now. So let's look at our example. Right here, our A is 3. Okay, for this section right here, we don't do anything with it. A is just kind of like the extra kid that gets brought along to the baseball or softball game. Okay, our H is the opposite of -2, which is 2. Now, because our H is also our axis of symmetry, we write x equals 2. Okay, and for our vertex right here, we will put a 2 in the front of the parenthesis. Okay. Yeah, a lot of this stuff you're going to see lots of blanks. We have a blank space, baby. So just write the info down there. Swifty whispers. All right, but they're going to fill up quickly. All right. And then our K value is 1. Well, it goes over here like this. Okay. Now, if you would have saw the last time I taught this, we did like basically our whole sheet that we have today in one problem. We tried that in the very beginning, did we not? Way back in the first half of January before the snowocalypse. That doesn't work for us. Okay, so we had to adjust. Okay. So super bad? No. I mean, I'm calling it 8 o'clock bedtime for me tonight. If y'all don't get to go to bed at 8 o'clock, I'm sorry, because I am just about, yeah, I know. Yeah. I'll give you some coffee grounds that you can put and you can just like roll it up in some napkins and dip it like the guys in Ranger School. You'll be fine. Okay. All right. Number 1. What is our A value right here? 1. Okay. What is our H value? It's the opposite. It's -7. So we write x equals -7 and then a parenthesis -7. Okay. And I hadn't decided yet if I'm going to put x equals or I might actually write the parentheses. I don't know. All right, our k is -8 and it goes back here. Ta-da! Now, again, the way I kind of teach this stuff, if if you apply what I'm teaching y'all to these standardized tests as ACT and all this other kind of stuff that everybody thinks is life or death, you're going to get the right answer because you know what it looks like. You don't have to actually graph it. Okay. All right. Number 2. A is 2. H is 4. Thank you. Yeah, and it's okay to say stuff out loud. I had a student in the other class. They had been asking questions and answering questions the whole time, and they got the test yesterday. Their mind went blank, and they felt horrible. And they came over to the question table, and we talked it out, and they were like, "I can't believe I forgot that." Yeah, people are human. It's okay. All right, K is 6. Yeah. This is fun, isn't it? This is fun. It's real fun. Very fun. Not really. Excuse me. All right, number 3. What is our A value? -1. What is our H value? -6. Okay. What is our K value? -4. And again, I'm trying to write these notes not only for it to help y'all now, but if y'all were to go back and look at the completed notes online, you can kind of follow the color code. And it's more fun than crushing cans. It's more fun than crushing cans. It's so depressing. That was the that was the joke she told me this morning. That was awesome. Oh, oh, I hate my job because all I do is crush cans. It's so depressing. Some of y'all like my gummies hadn't kicked in yet. Okay, anyways, all right. Maximum and minimum. Maximum is the highest point where these graphs are. The minimum is the lowest point. Okay. So when A is positive, the minimum is the vertex and the max is infinity. Okay, because that means it opens up like this. This is when A is positive. When A is negative, the max is the vertex and the min is negative infinity. Okay, it's kind of like you throw a ball up, goes up to its highest point, kind of stops for a second. That's its maximum. That's also the vertex of that graph. Okay, kind of like in my world of cheerleading, we throw a girl up and kind of sit there and watch her for a little bit. Sometimes we catch her. Okay, so let's look at this. What is our A value right here? 1. Is it positive? Yes. That means our max is infinity. And if you can't do the infinity sign, turn your paper sideways, write a 8, and then turn it back. All right. Now, our min, or well, let's go back. Our H is -7. That means it goes here. Then our K is -8. It goes here. All right. Number 5, what is our A? -1. All right. That means our minimum is negative infinity. Now, be careful when you're doing this because I've put two little circles together and I get lots of chuckles from people because we're in high school. Yeah, just turn the paper sideways. Don't. Thank you. You got the joke. I appreciate it. So, yeah. Trust me, yeah. Everybody's like, oh, he's drawing stuff. All right. So, our H is -6. Yeah. I think she just got the joke. She's starting to choke on the coffee. All right. So do you see how after I found that the A was positive, I went ahead and did the max? That way I know that the H and K go in the other spot or when the A is negative. Okay. There's a pattern to doing some of these things. Okay. Hmm. I need my coffee to kick in. It's almost strong enough to smell colors. It's kind of like y'all on the weekends. Anyways, I listen, I'll throw more shade than the clips. All right. So now go to the back. Do not let all this overwhelm you. Okay. I just said don't. All right. Look, it does look like a lot of stuff. I promise it's going to go a lot better than what you think. Okay. So when it says, if you read that the x values, the missing x values are along the number line, and we're going to go through that. And this is the part where people normally kind of like get really confused, but I think the way I've stepped it out for y'all, it's going to be a little bit better. Okay. I might, by the time I retire, have this teaching thing down pat. Who knows? Maybe. That's a big maybe. All right. So that's the stuff. Let's actually do one. All right. So what is our A for this example? 1. Okay. What is our H? Okay. It goes right here in the middle. Because remember, that's our axis of symmetry, right? So that's where it cuts it in the middle. Ah, light bulb. All right. Our K is 5. All right. And it goes right here because that's our vertex for either our max or min. And our A is positive. So this will be our min. All right. So now let's start filling in the other parts. Okay. Let's look at the X values. If this is 3, what are the numbers that's in front of 3? All right. What about the ones behind the 3? 4, 5. Okay. So it looks like it would be on a number line, like a graph, right? Yeah. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, we'll kind of just hang on. You've already got it figured out. Just hold tight. Okay. All right. I love where your head's at. All right. So for this, we have to say 1 times A. So our A is 1. So what's 1 times 1? Okay. So it's 1. All right. So we're going to add 1 plus 5. And what do we get? 6. So this goes right here. Okay. And then our A is 1. So what's 3 times 1? 3. Okay. Now, we're going to add 3A to this number. All right. So we're going to add, this one's 3. So what's 3 plus 6? And that's it. Believe it or not, there's this whole thing, like if we were to actually graph on paper, A does a lot of things. It actually kind of acts as slope for these lines, but that's something we'll worry about later. Pish posh. All right. Now, some of y'all are like, I don't understand it. You've done one problem. Listen, and I love it because right now, in my one of my 16 side jobs, I do teach tumbling, and I'm actually got a PhD in sports psychology. But no, not really. I should by now. But all these girls come in, they're like, "Oh, that wasn't perfect. I should stop." I'm like, "How many times do you take a picture to post online? Like 36,000 to find the one perfect picture to post online." So it takes time to do stuff. I don't really take multiple pictures because I'm naturally photogenic. That's what we'll say. All right. So let's look at this example. What is our A? 2. Okay. What is our K? 4. Yeah. And it goes right here. All right. And our K, 6. And it goes right here. All right. Now, if we're looking at the other numbers, all right, this is 4. So this should go 3, 2, and then 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So I'm going to fill in our A's right here. All right. I think, what color did I do that first one in? Brown. Okay. So this, all right. So we had to say 1A. So this is going to be 2. So our 1A, which is 2, we're going to add it to 6. Okay. What is 2 plus 6? 8. All right. I did orange. That probably wasn't a good idea, but oh well. All right. Over here for 3A, what's 3 times 2? 6. So 6. All right. We add it to this number, 8. What is 6 plus 8? 14. All right. Oh, that's the lesson. What? All right. So remember, what's the 2 words we're supposed to add when we say it's so easy for me? Okay. Because that's what happened to that other student. So many people started turning in their test really quick yesterday, and they got freaked out, and they psyched themselves out for the rest of the test. Okay. All right. So we're about to have a little bit of practice and then go over it. If you remember, if you hadn't done so, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave a nice comment. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.